Most importantly, my gorgeous Capricornius, stay focused. Stay focused because your dreams are about to become your reality. On the 10th of November 2023, something is going to happen. Okay? You are really going to be surprised like there is no tomorrow. On one hand, this is to do with the specific information which is really gonna surprise you in the best possible way, because you know something is gonna be resolved that you thought it's never going to be resolved, and it's to do with a specific problem that you hated so much that you didn't even like thinking about whatsoever. So you can imagine what this problem was doing to you. This problem was limiting you so much in every possible way, to the point where you've almost lost your balance, to the point where again you just would question yourself when you shouldn't be questioning yourself before doing certain things. And this is a clear sign and indication that something was left unresolved in the background. It's to do with a problem that you can decide to ignore as much as you like, but until this gets resolved, you're not going to be able to move on with your life. Only now, my gorgeous Capricornius, my God, only now you're going to realize this. Only now you're going to become aware of the fact to which extent this actually went, where the way you're going to feel when you become aware of this, it's gonna be like such a huge oh my God, weight off your shoulders. It's gonna be lifted, and at that moment in time you are gonna straighten up, baby, and the view is going to be so much different. The view in front of you, it's going to be delicious. So it's not only about some kind of problem coming to an end, which is really going to surprise you, you know, a really unexpectedly, like, oh my God. But now at the same time, what are you also going to realize on that particular day, my gorgeous Capricorn? So it's not about this problem, but it's also the opportunity that the end of that problem it's actually bringing. Like, oh my God, the opportunity, like you've kind of never realized this before because it wasn't the right time. So now suddenly when that particular problem gets resolved, there is gonna be this absolutely fantastic opportunity for you. This is, listen to me very carefully. The bottom line is that the 10th of November 2023, it's bringing an unexpected opportunity into your life. This opportunity, it's gonna be mind-blowing. This opportunity is going to make you feel alive again. This opportunity is going to be something which you're so passionate about, and on another hand, you will clearly understand what an impact on your life this is going to have, because as soon as you become aware of this opportunity, you're instantly going to go into this mode. Like, let's say you're going to feel drained and tired and negative, and then suddenly this is just going to rejuvenate you to the point that if you haven't slept for 3 days prior, you would still feel like you want to go for a ball somewhere. Do you know what I mean? You want to go like dance a bit of lambada, baby. No, this is how you're gonna feel, my gorgeous Capricornius, and this is that powerful energy that drives you forward. And you need to understand that as long as you go with this particular flow, at this time of your life, you're gonna be able to move the mountains. What am I trying to say to you? That as soon as you become aware of this opportunity, you're gonna instantly you will go into this mode where you're gonna start planning, so happy, and planning. But you know, planning when it comes to like you thinking about your future in a completely different light. I'm not saying that you were thinking about your future in a negative and dark and a sad way. No, baby, no. But I'm just saying that this is going to open so many channels to you. And when the energy is just right, like this, when there is not even an ounce of negativity or some kind of doubting within continue. You just move on so freely. And I said this so many times because you're Capricornius, your energy is very powerful when it comes to manifestation, but it can go both ways, you know. So if you're a lot like optimistic, like, you know, and you're completely honest with yourself and you're excited about something, you know, you're gonna get to that destination really quickly. But also, sadly, it can work in the same way if you're very negative, for example, and you keep on being negative, then you keep on standing in your way. You know, I mentioned this to you before, and it is ever so important to mention this again. Your number in numerology, it's like number 100. It's like crazy, 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 which means that you are reaching, you know, like something is going to happen to you in November, which is going to make a huge impact. And you're also going to hear the specific information in November. You know, this information, it's a lot to do. I've been talking about it before, and this is part of our lives. You know, things on the outside, of course, that are happening are affecting our lives. You know, and it's not part of our lives, but it kind of is, you know, because it's getting more and more scary out there, for example. So it's just that certain information that you're gonna hear on the outside, it's like gonna be something crazy, something ludicrous, and that information, it's maybe going to scare you a little bit, and you're gonna think like, oh my God, what time to be alive, you know, this is crazy. And first of all, this information is going to scare you. And it's nothing to do with your life, but it's to do with things on the outside. It's like things are gonna go on like a much larger scale. And this is initially going to really scare you, but then at the same time, it's just gonna kind of make you aware of the fact that you just have to carry on with your plan. You have to carry on with your dreams. Somehow this is going to have a really positive impact on you, because it's not only you being reminded to carry on with your plans and dreams, but also you feeling this like kind of very powerful force, which is gonna kind of really push you to hurry up. You're going to have this great sense of urgency in order to hurry up. I mean, you're very clever, you're very intelligent, so I think you will understand, and you will know exactly what I mean here. And even if you don't understand right now, I know I say this quite a lot, most certainly you are going to understand this when the time comes, you know, but most certainly you will be able to understand everything I said so far, right by the end of November 2023. It is a very powerful month, my gorgeous Capricornius, and let me just tell you that really mind-blowing opportunity which you are going to have. Listen to me very carefully. Number 100 is a very powerful number, and it means that you're not only reaching a ridiculously powerful stage of your life, but you're also reaching the stage of your life where you're going to feel extremely confident, and you will be able to, you're going to become aware of some kind of achievement as well. You're going to become aware of like a big achievement at around the 15th of November, and this is when you at around the 15th of November, this is when you're gonna realize like that, you know, it's really time to start moving on with a certain aspects of your life, but it's a lot to do with this huge accomplishment, and it's gonna be much better and much bigger on the 15th of November than what you could have possibly imagined, because this in itself is bringing so many different possibilities now into your life which you've never ever had before. So number 100 means that you are reaching a very, very important stage of your life. Number 100 also means that November and December are going to be ridiculously connected as well. Very powerful and very fertile in terms of planting spiritual seeds, but also making the most of them. It's just so important, I can't even explain. But going back to that really incredible opportunity on the 10th of November, you need to understand that opportunity is going to bring an absolutely mind-blowing like a success into your life. One of the biggest changes ever. And it's also like kind of like, you know, when it comes to that opportunity, you know, as soon as you become aware of that opportunity, you're going to have a clear idea what an impact on your life this is actually going to make. But you need to really understand that now it's time to be the leader, put your foot down, and don't listen to anybody else. This is very personal, this is very unique to you and to your spiritual journey, and this is not to do with things that you should kind of go and check with other people again, whether you should do this or not. This is something that entirely, my gorgeous Capricornius, needs to literally come from you. Okay, this is so important, my gorgeous Capricornius. I cannot possibly explain, like, oh my God. And someone is going to make you so proud as well when it comes to November, my gorgeous Capricornius. Somebody is going to make you so proud when it comes to November, whether this is like maybe the younger person in your family, or it's maybe someone who you have been helping to, and someone who you are like kind of a really important role in their life, for example. But someone is going to make you feel really proud, and you are going to get this specific information when it comes to that particular person. And it's not only about that, but it's more about you are going to find out about some kind of capability, some kind of skill at around that particular time. When you become aware of that information and that particular skill and ability, you really need to kind of like take on board, because at the same time this particular skill and responsibility is going to bring so much clarity into your life when it comes to an important project which you're not even going to be aware of just yet, an important project that you're going to find yourself working on when it comes to the 29th of November 2023. Okay, so this is why this is indeed so important, because one thing is literally going to lead into another, like, oh my goodness. Okay, and also my gorgeous Capricornius, what else I was going to say, that like when it comes to the actual nutrition and when it comes to health, I really need to suggest you again to get something to boost your immune system, you know, something against cold and flu and things like that. So I highly recommend you to get something like organic camu powder or organic camu capsules. You know, powder can be, camu has got a very strong taste, and so I would probably recommend organic camu capsules, but then you need to make sure it's without any chemicals or unnecessary like ingredients, fillers, additives and things like that. It needs to be natural, otherwise I would never ever recommend whatsoever. Organic camu is going to provide you with a really nice amount of natural vitamin C, opposed to ascorbic acid, which is an absolute rubbish, like, because I'm sorry, that's my personal opinion, because it's not natural, but it's so like natural, so it's entirely up to you really. So organic camu would provide you with a natural dose of vitamin C. Then zinc picolinate and vitamin D3 are also as important to boost your immune system. But with vitamin D3, I also would recommend to take vitamin K2, which is going to help you to absorb vitamin D3. But if you don't have a vitamin K2, then you can take, instead of vitamin K2, you can take a vitamin D3. I would suggest to take it with a little bit of olive oil, okay, if you don't have a vitamin K2, for example. So this is something I highly recommend you. But also at the same time, I need to recommend you organic echinacea, one of the most powerful herbs you can possibly get. I've been taking echinacea for absolute years, believe me or not, it's up to you. I have, and echinacea is so powerful. It's got this ability to boost our immune system by increasing the white cells count in our body, so it's brilliant for like cold, flu and all these type of infections. But because it's such a strong and powerful herb, echinacea, you do not take all the time. You take it for like about 8 or 9 weeks, then you have a couple of weeks break, and then you take it again for like 8 or 9 weeks, and then you stop, and then you take it, then you stop, you know, and then you take it only when you kind of need to boost your immune system, when you feel low, when you feel run down and things like that. And this is why I absolutely love echinacea. And if you go for echinacea, I highly recommend you organic echinacea in a liquid, like a tincture or liquid form, because it's in my opinion, it's going to be much better because it's going to get into your bloodstream much quicker, my gorgeous Capricornius. So this is why this is so important. And also, if you do get, I know I'm telling you quite a lot, I'm sorry, but I do think that you are going to need just a little bit of energy when it comes to November, just something to pick you up. Maybe you are going to feel a little bit low in energy because so much is going to be happening and so much is going to be going on. I mean, I did say that you're going to have a certain points where you're going to be like a big mama, elevating and floating around, you know, like so, like kind of rejuvenated with things that you're going to be facing, which you're going to absolutely love. But I still think that in general you are going to need something to pick you up. So my suggestion would be organic, but not necessarily organic, but my suggestion, I mean, I don't know if you can get an organic, really you can't, but my suggestion would be to get a vitamin B liquid, you know, vitamin B liquid, a natural vitamin B liquid, okay, without any chemicals. So every single vitamin B needs to be made in a natural form. This is something that you need to pay attention to. And the vitamin B liquid also, highly recommend you to like get in a liquid form, and every single morning as soon as you wake up you just put it underneath your tongue and you wait for like about 20 seconds and it's going to be absorbed, and then you just swallow the rest, you know, you just swallow it, you know. So, and vitamin B liquid to take the very first thing in the morning is going to give you energy, but it's also at the same time going to be so beneficial when it comes to stress and anxiety and all these type of things and so many other things as well. It's absolutely brilliant for if you're on any other medications, if you're pregnant or if you're breastfeeding, you just need to check with your doctor or GP. Only your doctor or GP can tell you whether this can interact with your existing medications or not. So now my gorgeous Capricornius, pam 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 pam, 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 Capricornius, pam 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 pam. Raise your vibration, Capricornius, pam 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 pam, 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 Capricornius, pam pam pam. Raise your vibration, my gorgeous Capricornius. The very 1st of November is going to be the time to remember, because on the very 1st of remember you're going to have a quite interesting and rather intense conversation with somebody, and on the very 1st of November that particular person who you're going to have an intense conversation with is going to suggest something to you, something they never suggested to you before, which is going to surprise you a little bit. It's going to throw you out of balance, but then again you're also going to realize at the same time how connected you're going to be to that suggestion. So I think your own connection to that suggestion is going to be the main reason why you're going to feel so thrown out of balance, because probably you're going to be surprised that it's coming from that particular person, and it's somebody who loves you, somebody who you get on with, somebody who's a prominent person in your life, somebody who's part of your life. But you're gonna absolutely love this suggestion, and it's to do with money and finances, something how you could gonna protect your money, how you can protect your finances, and it's going to be with those things, you know. And this is something that really is going to surprise you, but really pleasantly surprise you. And I think that this is something that you should also like take on board, because that particular suggestion in 4 months time, in exactly 4 months time, you are going to take that suggestion on board. In 4 months time you will see two mind-blowing things which are going to come out of it. Not only financially, this is going to be brilliant. But this is going to be brilliant when it comes to your whole lifestyle, because there is something that you're going to discover about yourself. The whole new path, baby, the whole new journey is going to come out of it. The whole new path, the whole new journey, you know, and of course that this is important. Okay, so already in 4 months, you are going to be able to see like a mind-blowing outcome, 2 outcomes which are going to come out of it. That person that you're going to be speaking to is very, very clever. You know, I think it's somebody who I would really get on with. You know, I'm not saying that I'm really clever for myself. You know, I'm just saying that I would be like getting on with that person, because I think that this person, there is something in terms of like spirituality, something very deep within them, you know, that they don't like to share with anybody. And also at the same time, this particular person is so spiritual, but is so humble. This particular person is extremely psychic, extremely intuitive, but they're so humble, and they don't understand how psychic and how intuitive they are, purely because of the person they are. I really like this person. I really hope this makes sense. You know, I like this type of person. Indeed, Capricornians, indeed. Okay, so the next important date, so this is going to be on the 1st of November. The second important date, I'm going to check like this. The second important date is going to be the 3rd of November. On the 3rd of November, I'm just going to check right now with my oracle cards on the 3rd of November, and we're going to get in touch with your spirit guide or guardian angel. This is the oracle card which we are going to use the help of a spirit guide or a guardian angel to actually take out, because the 3rd of November is going to be kind of sacred. The 3rd of November is going to open your eyes. The 3rd of November is going to make you realize something you've never realized before. The 3rd of November, it's also at the same time going to bring an adventure into your life as well. Look at this. An adventure, an adventure, an adventure. Pay attention to the 3rd of November, my gorgeous Capricornians, because you are going to be standing in front of the very, very interesting doors. This adventure is going to, you know, be so beneficial for you, because most importantly, it's going to start the process of healing. It's going to start the process of healing, because you will know that you will be able to relax. You will know that you will be able to relax, because at the same time, you know, it's bringing tranquility into your life. It's bringing tranquility into your life. And I'm saying that this tranquility is so important to mention, because at the same time it was affecting your faith. So this is why you're going to be able to kind of move forward with your life much easier after this moment in time. But you're also going to realize what's missing in your life. You're also going to realize what's missing in your life. You will realize what's missing in your life on the 3rd of November. And when you realize what's missing in your life, exactly, this is going to be such a powerful moment of you reconnecting with yourself, okay? And realizing, you know, what's missing in your life, you know. You will rediscover the lost part of yourself. This is so important, because your eyes are going to be open here. Indeed, a great awakening moment. Okay, the next important date, my gorgeous Capricornians, is going to be on the 6th of November. On the 6th of November, you know, you are going to realize that there are going to be 2 paths ahead. 2 paths ahead. Why? Because it is going to be, you know, someone, it's really kind of going to irritate you. Somebody is going to show their real face to you. Somebody is going to really get on your nerves on the 6th of November. Somebody is going to be like kind of winding you up, but you're too clever for that. You're going to elevate yourself, and you're not going to bite back whatsoever. You're too clever for this. All you need to do is just elevate, and that's exactly what you're gonna do. Somebody's gonna show their real face, their true colors, and that in itself is gonna have such a powerful impact on you, because you will realize what do you need to detach yourself from, and you're also gonna kind of realize there are 2 paths. There are gonna be 2 paths ahead. If this argument or this like kind of annoying situation didn't happen, you would never be kind of facing these 2 paths, and this is ever so important, because yet yet again, you're really, really, really going to surprise yourself here. When it comes to these two paths, you're really going to surprise yourself here. Do you know why? Because you are gonna be so keen and eager to go for something that you wouldn't normally go for, and you're not going to be able to understand where this is coming from, but this is what the power of your subconscious mind is doing. So therefore you are kind of going to realize, what do you need to move away from, what do you need to kind of walk away from, what do you need to detach yourself from. But then on another hand, you're also going to like kind of learn something new about yourself, especially when it comes to you facing two paths and you going for the path that you normally wouldn't go for. This in itself is going to make an absolutely massive, big, enormous change when it comes to your life, both when it comes to optimism, you living life with so much pleasure, you being so much more relaxed, you not having that nervous energy, you just just being so optimistic and enthusiastic and more happy. And it's also going to be super important when it comes to you doing absolutely the perfect thing right now as well, in terms of your finances and financial stability and things like that. So on one hand, this is to do with like your happiness and optimism, your lifestyle in general. It's important to make the most out of this life. It's important not to waste our time and energy with people who don't deserve us, with people who don't understand us. It's like this life is too short to do things that we don't want to do. Why would we be waiting for the perfect moment? You have to create a perfect moment. That's exactly what you're doing to do something. That's exactly what's happening right here. That, like, I'm not being funny, my gorgeous Capricornians, but these are the two cards. These are two cards. This is where you're gonna lead to. This is where it's gonna lead towards. I'm not being funny. When it comes to your lifestyle, pleasure, in general, big, beautiful change. But also when it comes to your finances and financial situation, it's like, oh my God, this is absolutely mind-blowing. And yet this number 2 is just so symbolic right now, isn't it just? First I say two paths, and then you get the answer, when it comes to number 2 as well, like what this is going to bring in terms of the actual effect on your life and impact on your life. Absolutely mind-blowing. This in itself, my gorgeous Capricornians, it's most certainly going to start the process of transformation. You must really understand this, that in between the 6th of November and the 18th of November, almost as if someone is going to be making you and asking you to invest into something financially, and I would just say absolutely not. If somebody pressurizing you towards investing into something, financially, I really think you should stay away from, and because at the same time you are subconsciously gonna know this is not the right time to financially invest into things. December is gonna be okay, although I did say November and December are gonna be similar and connected, but when it comes to investing, December it's going to be fine. November is definitely not. So this is something you need to understand. The reason why is because on the 6th of November, this is all going to start the process of your transformation, where you're going to start the process of change, where you're going to start seeing things differently. You're going to start to understand things from a completely different angle. And this in itself is going to be it's going to have a really beautiful and enlightening impact on your life. And it's going to lead towards the 8th of November. On the 8th of November, you are going to have a vision which is going to be completely connected to the 6th of November. But on the 8th of November, you're just going to come across certain people who are really going to impress you about something. And these certain people are going to trigger this within you. trigger you to the point where you're going to end up with a vision and like how you want your life to be, with a vision, like extremely ridiculously vivid vision. And that particular vision is going to be connected to everything that I've just said that was happening on the 6th of November. And you will understand why am I saying that this is going to have an enlightening impact on you and on your life. Like, oh my goodness. Another thing I was going to recommend you, my gorgeous Capricornius, it will be this gorgeous larvae kit. Look how gorgeous larvae kit is. Absolutely stunning. Look at these colors. Look, in the sun or in the light, do you know what I mean? It goes like that. Look, so beautiful. And larvae kit is so powerful because it's got very calming, stabilizing effect on the mind and emotions. And most importantly, it reduces stress, anxiety, and negative thought pattern. You know, negative thought pattern can be very, very dangerous because we can like kind of be limited by it without even noticing, you know, because sometimes we may be scared to make the certain moves because of these negative thought patterns that are affecting us in the background. So we need to snap out of it before it's too late, you see. And this is why this is important, because it brings a completely different and very vibrant energy into our lives that is ever so important in terms of us following the directions that we should follow, no matter what, you know, no matter what's going on around us, you know, and things like that. So this gorgeous larvae kit comes with sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is in the description up there. You will see, you click on a little bit there. Oh, there, I think it's there. I think my left hand side is your right hand side. Yeah, I think so. So it's either there, but if it's not there, then it's gonna be within the description anyway. This gorgeous larvae kit, okay? And I strongly suggest you to buy this. The second important date, my gorgeous Capricornius, Capricornius. The second important date is going to be on the 11th of November. Now, on the 11th of November, this is like, oh my lordy lord, it's like this beautiful, gorgeous experience. You're really going to have such a nice experience here. Very pleasant, very positive experience. And this in itself, it's really kind of going to happen at a time where you're gonna be on your way to go somewhere, and you're gonna feel very negative about where you're going. You know what I mean? You're gonna feel like, oh no, I don't want to go there, I don't want to do that. And then it's gonna be double mama. It's kind of gonna walk in. Double mama, okay, double big mama. So it's, you know, something very pleasant. It's actually going to happen when you thought that it's going to be something very unpleasant. And I like this so much because at the same time it's about the power of number 11. Did you get my drift? Yeah, it's all about your own spiritual awakening, your own truth, different to everybody else's truth. So this is going to highlight your own truth, because the 11th of November, this is the 11th month of the year, which is 11, and then this is the 11th day. So you've got 11 11. Something is really going to open your eyes, and it's going to remind you of your own truth. This is going to be very, very personal, very different, and very significant for you. This is not only going to open your eyes as such a beautiful experience at the time when you least expect it, but at the same time, it's going to make you really thirsty and hungry to do certain things, you know. And it's also going to inspire you so much to start something specific. It's going to inspire you to start something very, very specific. And this in itself is going to be so wise for you to do. So wise to do. But you have to, like, pretty much so need to understand that this is, you need to be patient about this, and you must not let that to put you off. You need to trust yourself. And this is also bringing like a pretty much so an emotional stability into your life as well. I like it. And all you need to do is just follow your intuition here, my gorgeous Capricornius. Indeed. There is also something really mysterious that is going to happen to you on the 12th of November. On the 12th of November, something mysterious is going to happen. The day after. It's going to be really weird. but it's going to remind you that mysterious thing which is going to happen to you. It's gonna really somehow going to have a very strong connection to the experience on the 11th of November. And it's almost like this in itself. It's really gonna be a good omen and sign that you are in for something very, very special and very significant here indeed. Like, oh my God. The next important date, my gorgeous Capricornius, it's going to be on the 24th of November. Do you know what? The 24th of November, it's like you really are going to have, I'm not being funny, but you're going to be very, very happy here. You will feel like you want to see people that you really get on with in terms of like having a party or something, because of this news and message which you are going to have. This is going to make you feel so happy, but this in itself, it's more about you know, dealing with some kind of a challenge. You know, it's to do with the challenge that you've been dealing with, you know. So you will, this challenge is not going to come to an end, but you are going to have an option to accept something and move on. And this option in itself is going to make you feel so, so, so good. And I'm telling you that this is a really wise thing to do indeed. But it's a lot about you doing something smart, something clever, responding to it in the right way, okay? By responding to it like this. But at the same time, it's more about now you will understand, the more you give, the more you're going to get back as well. And this is something that was affecting that particular balance. And this is why this is indeed going to be, this is why this is going to mean to you so, so, so much on the 24th of November 2023, because this is to do with this particular situation that was making everything so much more and unnecessarily like kind of challenging for you as well. And also, my gorgeous Capricornius, when it comes to the 25th of November, like when it comes to the 25th of November, there is like this song that you're going to hear on the 25th or the 20, even the 26th of November, 26th of November, where you're going to be up to, my gorgeous Capricornians. No, the 25th and the 26th of November, the 25th and the 26th of November, these 2 days, there is a song you will hear. There is some kind of song that you're going to hear. And at the time when you hear this song, you will be thinking about something very similar to what was in that song. So that's why this song is going to be brought to your attention. So there is a specific word that is going to be on your mind and what you're going to be thinking about. And then you're going to hear that song, and then you're going to hear that word, and then you're going to realize, oh my God, I had that word a second on my mind. This is something that you need to unpack. This is something you need to pay attention to that word, whatever this is. Because once you unpack, I said unpack, once you start unpacking where this is going to take you, where this is going to lead you, you would never, ever, ever guess. And it's going to lead you somewhere nice, somewhere beautiful, somewhere wild, but nice, but good. Wild, I mean, really good. You know, so that this is what I want you to understand. And also, my gorgeous Capricornians, what else I was going to recommend you would be this absolutely gorgeous ruby zoysit. Look at this, ruby zoysit, ruby zoysit, absolutely gorgeous. Look at this, very, very powerful indeed. And it's very powerful when it comes to meditating, when it comes to us connecting with our higher self, when it comes to our spirit, when it comes to our soul, because it brings vitality and growth, it brings healing, positive energy into our lives indeed. So it brings a happiness. So as soon as you wear this gorgeous pendant, you know, immediately it elevates you. You immediately kind of start seeing things in a different way. So if you feel very down, very horrible, very negative, very sad, you know, this is absolutely brilliant, because immediately it can actually elevate you, you know, so you feel so much better, because these are normal feelings and emotions that we all go through. But then sometimes we have to perform in life. We have to do certain things, and then we don't feel like we can perform how we should perform when, you know, if we feel sad or down or negative, that can cause lots of other things, ripple effects when it comes to us not being able to sleep or becoming more anxious or becoming more stressed, and this, affects other aspects of our lives. So this is why it's important to just have something to help out with that balance, to cut through every single time when we need it. Very important indeed. One of the most powerful stones when it comes to the actual meditation and praying and things like that, because when you wear this, there's so many signs and indications and realization and insights that you get on a completely different level, coming from a completely different dimension. So Ruby Zoysid, hello Robbie. No, Ruby Zoysid, it's basically, so it comes with sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is up there in the corner, or it's going to be in the description below as well. Okay, so the next important date is going to be on the 30th of October, I almost said, on the 30th of November. So the next important date, my gorgeous Capricornians, is going to be on the 30th of November, and this is the problem here. This is the little devil here. You know why? Because it's about you wanting to do something so much, like so badly, like you carrying on with some kind of a plan. Some kind of plan is going to be in your mind so much, and you're just going to start working on this plan, doing something about it, and then you're going to realize, oh, for goodness sake, some kind of restriction here, it's still like kind of holding you back. And when you realize what this restriction is and what is actually restricting you, this is something very poisonous. This is something that created a poisonous effect in your life. And this in itself, now you're going to realize that you are basically going to need to make a certain decision that you're going to find a little bit sad. You're going to be a little bit sad, about it. You're going to find this little bit, maybe like a little bit heartbreaking, but then at the same time, it's just so imminent. You need to be strong here. You need to be firm. You need to put your foot down, because you are going to make the right decision, because it's about you making decision, but then it's something that it's going to make you feel a little bit heartbroken, and it's going to make you feel a little bit sad, but then at the same time, you are doing the right thing. You are doing the right thing, because it's all you need to do is make a decision and be honest with yourself. And later on in the day, already you will have some kind of sign which is going to give you a clarity that you have done the right thing. And that sign that you're going to have, it's also like kind of at around the time when you have that sign, you're also going to kind of realize shortly after, you're going to realize something, how much you want to do something. You're going to realize how much you want to do something. I've just heard something. Yeah, you're going to realize that sign that you have. So you're going to realize also that is going to remind you of how much you want to do something that you came across, some kind of inspiration a while back. We were looking at few people and they really inspired you. And you're going to be reminded of this. And now this is going to become the main focus of your kind of attention here, which is brilliant. And somehow you're going to realize that a really bad stage and very dark stage of your life has slowly come to an end. At the moment in time you realize how much is this going to elevate you. You need to understand that this in itself is like what you're going to be reminded of, what inspired you within the last few months. You were looking at a few different people and something inspired you, and you're going to look at that. You're going to be reminded of that, and at the same time, the way you're going to be elevated, you will fully understand that something bad, very bad stage is slowly coming to an end. Very bad stage. And you also need to understand what inspired you here, what you're going to be reminded of. In exactly 6 months time, you are going to have a massive reason to celebrate, but this is more to do with one of the biggest achievements of your life in the shortest period of time. Like, oh my God. So now, my gorgeous Capricornians, I'm just going to see what is going to happen to those of you who are in relationship. So for those of you who are in relationship, you're both going to see something, and something is going to remind you, both of you, how things used to be in your life like a long time ago, a while back. Okay, so both of you are going to come across a certain situation, and you're going to see something, and and both of you are going to be like kind of reminded of immediately how things used to be in your life. This is brilliant, because at the same time it's going to be such a powerful moment where you're both going to reconnect with yourself, reconnect with each other, and you will understand that you need to return to something. This in itself, it's a lot to do with being traditional, but it's also a lot to do with both of you being surprised, you know, how adamant you're gonna feel, and you're gonna be surprised where this energy is coming from, because it's kind of, you wanted to do this before, but then you're just kind of worried if you make the certain moves, like how things are going to unfold. So now, like, you're both going to go into this like kind of highly intuitive psychic mode, and it's going to kind of like rub off on you in such a positive way when it comes to something that you were so scared to do before. Now you're going to feel absolutely delighted to actually do, and you will not be able to wait when you can actually, in order to make this step, to make this move. Absolutely brilliant. And for those of you who are single and ready to mingle, my gorgeous Capricornians, you know what? It is going to be a pretty much so very unusual situation you're going to have at around the 16th of November. And this unusual and the negative situation which you are going to have, you know, it's to do maybe with someone who you like really kind of liked or fancy, and that particular person is going to like kind of do something really horrible, and you're really not going to like, because you're going to be surprised completely. But this is so important, because it looks like someone maybe who you fancied more than you actually even realized. It's going to show their real face and their real colors, and you're not going to like this whatsoever. But you have no idea how important this is for you, because it's going to set you free. This is going to be the moment of releasing, because you are going to become a free spirit, which means that, you know, you will just subconsciously probably fancying someone and liking someone who you shouldn't have so much that, you know, it just puts you like in a little cage within yourself. So now you're coming out of that cage, my gorgeous Capricorn. So this is why this is so important. So you are going to decide, you have no idea that this person was stealing your strength, it was stealing your energy, it was stealing your power, and most importantly, this person was directly responsible for you not allowing someone proper to come into your life. This is such an important indication, my gorgeous Capricornians. This is very important for you, because it's going to set you free. You will see exactly what I mean. Shortly after, you are going to have a really gorgeous experience when it comes to your social life. Shortly after, you're going to be noticed by a few different people that you are going to be surprised by. Like, you're going to find them so gorgeous, so amazing, and you're going to be surprised that they've noticed you. And this is going to be a clear sign and indication that now it's time to have some fun, because by the time you get to the actual December, someone very, very interesting is about to walk into your life. Okay, my gorgeous Capricornians, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Love you. Bye.